Hello. Truck King Fitness, with your boy Zoe. Back with another one, back with another video. With your boy Zoe, you know? So, I'm out here, keeping these wheels rolling, doing my thing. And I had an idea as I was sitting, watching my uplifting, positive, informational videos that I like to watch. So I will say, one of the people that I accredit a lot of great ideas to that I watch a lot is Myron Golden. If you haven't heard of him yet or seen him yet, he's an amazing man that I believe has a lot of great ideas and is very wise, and check him out. But anyways, I was sitting here thinking about why is it that a lot of us seem to be stuck in this revolving cycle of misery, depression, unhappiness, wanting something different but can't seem to figure out how to get it. And I say this because this is where I was. This is where I was at some point. Thankfully, I've come to some realizations, and I'm still coming to some realizations now about what's necessary in order to level up, to change, right? So a lot of people, they want change in their lives, they want things to be different, but they're not willing to change themselves. That is the key. If you want change, you have to be willing to change yourself. You got to be willing to look at yourself, look internally within, and do some self-inventory on the things that you do on a daily, your habits that you do constantly over and over. That's the things that are producing what you have in your life currently. So if you want different, you need to be different. And as I was sitting here contemplating my next moves, I'm thinking about my family, thinking about my friends, thinking about the associates that I interact with on a daily, and the things that I hear from different people. And I'm saying, man, how can I express in a way for people to understand what they need to do in order to get what they want? And so it's very simple. It's a very simple concept. If you ever listen to motivational speakers, you ever listen to successful people, they all are saying the same thing, but they're delivering the message in a different way. And so it just inspired me to, a thought popped up where I was saying, you know what? Your working is getting in the way. Your working is getting in the way of things working out. Your working is getting in the way of you working out. Working is getting in the way of working out. Working is getting in the way of me working out. What does that mean? So you're working at your job, whatever it is that you do for a living, so much and so hard and so intensely. You're putting all this effort and all this time and all these hours into this job that you hate, that you can't stand, or that you're just doing for money. And by the time you get done at the end of the week, at the end of your day, you're so exhausted that you go home and all you got time to do, you feel like, is to watch some TV, eat something, go to sleep. And you do this over and over again in this loop. And you do it to the weekend. And then they call it the weekend because you're weekend and you're in a weekend state. A weekend state. You're weaker at the end of the week because you put in all this tireless, exhausting hours that you're just in a weekend state once the weekend hits. And then all you want to do is just relax. Oh, I just got to relax to get ready for Monday again. Or whatever the start of your week is. Right? So, and then you're in this constant loop of exhaustion and just sameness, stuckness. So your working is getting in the way of you working out. Your working is getting in the way of things working out for you. So I've discovered for myself that if you want things to work out, if you want to work out, begin to change the equation. You have to change the equation. You have to flip it around, right? So if you want a different outcome, you need to input things differently, right? If you want something to change, then you have to change. Meaning the equation has to change. If you're getting a certain outcome that is undesired, then you have to change the things that you're doing on a daily, because that's the only way. The circumstances around you are what they are. It's how you adapt to them. It's how you respond to them, not react. It's the things that you do every single day that are going to make the difference. Are you reading? Do you read? Are you doing anything to level up? You have to level yourself up. You have to raise your value so that you're more valuable. So that when you go out in the world and you provide value, you are compensated in a way that reflects the value. So if you don't have a lot, then that means the marketplace doesn't view you or value you as a lot. Yeah, as a human being, sure, you are worth a lot. Everybody's life is special, and everybody is very valuable to their loved ones and friends and family and to God. But when we're talking about compensation in the marketplace, it plays you in direct proportion to what amount of value you're actually providing and how high that value actually is. So the equation is very simple, but it's not easy to do. Because if it was easy, everyone would do it. Right? You've heard that before. If it was easy, everybody would be doing it. And I can attest to I've been stuck in an endless loop of working hard, blood, sweat, and tears, working myself into a state of constant, consistent exhaustion, and seeing minimal results, incremental results. There's only a certain amount of hours you can work in a week. We all get the same amount of time in a day. You don't get more time. So I have to develop myself in a way that I'm more valuable, and then things will change for me. I gotta develop my mind and my expectations. I have to be more positive. I have to expect better things. I have to have a mindset shift. First off, I gotta decide I really want to change. And I gotta develop the discipline in order to change. So if I begin to, for me, I love to work out. I love exercise. A lot of people look at it as a chore, as work, whatever. That's what I enjoy doing. I enjoy putting the work in, and I enjoy the way that I feel afterwards. Unfortunately, I work so much, and I have been working so much at my job, that I tend to skip out on the working out because I'm too tired physically. What if we got into it? What if I flipped that script and I said, you know what? Instead of tiring myself out physically, I want to be tired mentally. I want to be studying. I want to become a student of whatever it is that I'm interested in, or whatever it is that I could do, that I enjoy doing, that could end up providing a lot of value to other people. What if I just started somewhere? We can all start somewhere. So here's what I suggest, right? Start with very, very small changes. You know, I've been in a routine doing the same thing over and over again for most of my life, right? And so in order to change that, when we're talking about change and changing something that we're used to doing the majority of our life, it's not gonna be easy. That's where I say it's simple. The method is simple. The equation is simple, but to actually do it, to develop that discipline, is not easy. So if I begin to work on myself instead of working on my job more, if I start working on myself more than I start working on my job, then things will begin to work out. So see how that changes? So instead of working on my job more than I work on myself, and things not working out, now I begin to work on myself more than I work on my job, and now things work out. Just start small. How? Decide, you know what? I'm gonna change my diet some type of way, small. Like for me, I just decided, you know what? I'm not going to ingest sugar. I'm gonna cut down on my sugar. Cut down on my sugar. I don't drink unhealthy beverages as far as soda, right? And I just started small little changes in my diet. Drink more water and cutting back on carbs. The things that I know are making me feel sluggish, the things that I know that are unhealthy, I just decide, you know what, I'm gonna pick one thing and I'm gonna eliminate that, and just watch the amazing changes that begin to happen. And I'm gonna start moving my body more. I'm gonna find something that I can do that's realistic for me to do, not setting some big huge goals or objectives that you're trying to overtake. I'm gonna work out 5 times a week. I'm gonna work out for an hour a day, 2 hours a day. I'm not gonna eat any more fried foods. I'm not gonna do any, and then you do it and you put so much expectation on yourself, and then you don't do it, or you fail at it, and you just go right back and just say, oh, this doesn't work, or I can't, this is impossible. You put too much on yourself. So start out small, right? Begin to make some small changes. Reading, writing, raising your communication skills will do wonders for you. Hydrating more water, moving your body in some manner. No, you don't have to go to a gym. I'm gonna tell you right now, 80% of the battle is in what we put in our bodies. 80%. 80%, the 80-20 rule, right? 80% is diet, 20% is the exercise. Which means the majority of what's holding all of us back is the things that we ingest. So, begin to work on yourself more than you work on your job. It's not going to happen right away. It's not going to happen overnight. You know, because you're so used to doing this thing. It's going to take a real mindset shift, and it's going to take some real discipline to kind of develop that muscle of discipline. Your discipline muscles are so weak that you're going to have to develop them. They have been unused for quite some time. You know, I pride myself on discipline, and I not even close to where I want to be at yet, right? I'm not going to be hypocritical. I'm still constantly growing, but that's where we should be at. As long as you're growing and you have a desire to grow, and you actually are putting in the work, then you're doing good. You're doing good. So keep up the great work. I know it's not easy, but you have everything to gain by becoming a positive person, becoming a person that is grateful and has a mindset and an attitude of gratitude, right? It's kind of warm in here. I love to see people succeed. I love to see people change themselves for the better, because you have everything to gain and nothing to lose by becoming positive. So you got this. You got this, guys. It's not easy, but it is simple. I'm here with you each and every day. I'm battling and on the road to riches, on the road to self-improvement, self-betterment. And I'm here. This is me. You're gonna see over time exactly what I mean. I'll bear it all and show you and walk right along in this journey of self-mastery, self-betterment, self-improvement, whatever you want to call it. You got this.